Tov. So again, we're going to have Shabbos Noch Purim. The Shabbos after Purim is Shabbos of more of loaded and full with Purim. What is the conception of Purim? Few major things. One major thing that Purim is famous about is humility, humbleness. How does humbleness connect with Purim? Because when we explore Hashem's greatness and Hashem's revelation in the world, we stand frozen. We are, as we thought until now, that we run the world, at least our own world, right? Our home, our families. Who takes care of the family? Of course, me and my wife, me and my husband. The feeling that we have to give the kids, our children, our holy children, I'm not doing anything in this world. I'm just a messenger. I'm a shliach. I'm just a pen in the hand of the writer. Who writes? The pen writes. Pen makes the signs, make the color, make the writings, the letters on the paper. But just a pen, without anybody moving it, stays a pen, abandoned pen. So the hand of the writer, of the sofer, of the scriber, this what makes the painting. Same here. We write. Yes, we are active. We're very active in the world. We're active everything we do in our work, with our neighbors, with our talmidim, and we're very active, right, at home. But who gives us the koyach, the strength to do what we do is only Hashem. So therefore, when we stand still, looking at the miracles of the Megillah, the Megillah's Esther, that if not for Hashem running the show, the whole Am Yisrael would be gone back then, because it was very close to be there. The Hashverosh, he ruled over the whole world, from Hodu, which is here, until Kush, all the way around the globe. Hodu and Kush are neighbors. He could have just, and the message went clear to all the nations. You can kill the Jews. You should kill them. You should take their property. But Hashem made the whole story of the Megillah in a very hidden way. On the surface, we did not see any revelation of God's greatness or presence. The Megillah, to differentiate, to separate from Hanukkah, is all about like natural incidents that followed one another, which brought eventually to the miracle, to the salvation, to Yeshua. That's Purim. We don't see any lightnings and thunders, not like that in Hanukkah. In Hanukkah, there was like miracles above nature. The little versus the many, and the oil that was lighting miraculously 7 times more than what it could have. This is actually, on a side note, is represented by the 2 signs of these 2 holy days. In Hanukkah, we have the dreidel, right? We spin the dreidel. The way to spin a dreidel is from up. You take the dreidel and you put the force of twisting it from up, and it spins. But the force came from above. With the cracker, with the noisemaker of Purim, the way to turn it is from you hold it and from down upwards. That's how you hold that cracker, which tells us that in Purim, the Hanhaga, the rulership, the direction of how things went was like from nature, from below, from up, from downwards. That's nature. The nature took place over here. But in Hanukkah, the miracles from Itarusa Dil Ela, that's what made the miracles of Hanukkah to happen. So when we see that Hashem is so in power in the nature, and we got all these beautiful miracles of Purim, we are coming to be humble. And being humble is the main thing we have to take from Purim. Obviously, only by being humble you can get simcha, you can get joy. If you're arrogant, if you're full of yourself, you will never get joy. Maybe temporary joy, temporary pleasure from things you might conquer or buy or do, but the more we are full of ourselves, it's that I did it, I am the one, it's my, the shkoyach belongs to me, the acknowledgement, then you're just missing on the show. You're missing on the best part of the show. To give the kingship to God, to say, Hashem, you are the one. I'm just a messenger, just a shliach in your hands. And therefore, one of the ways to receive Shabbos with joy is over the Kiddush, before making the Kiddush, and you can instruct your husbands if you need to, if they're willing to accept, obviously in a very peaceful manner, a very respected manner, because for men, I found it very hard for men to receive knowledge and teachings from their wives. Therefore, a righteous viber, a righteous woman, righteous Yiddish woman should be very smart. Even if she knows something good that she want to grant her husband with, she has to do it in a smart way, with chokhmah. That just to tell him, just along the way, when I heard something nice, or some rabbi said here and there, I read in a book, I read somewhere. We're not. If you want your husbands to receive that knowledge, so you must not let them have the feeling that you know more than what they know, because then you're losing the aspect of being able to give something over. So you find your way to do it, whatever you feel, however you feel like doing it. I trust you, righteous women, to do it in your own beautiful, pleasant way. So the shtick is that before the Kiddush, you have the words Vayar Elokim es kol asher asa vehine tov meod, and then starts Vayichul Shamayim v'aretz v'chol tzva'am. We recite the Kiddush, but that's possible. That phrase before the Kiddush, Vayar Elokim es kol asher asa vehine tov meod. Hashem saw everything He did through the 6 days of the creation, and He saw everything was beautifully done and perfect. Then this understanding that Hashem made the world in such a magnificent way gives me humbleness. And it says, wow, Hashem gave me the whole world. Everything I have is from Hashem. And I, just a small person in the creation, and God has granted me so much greatness, you feel humble, you feel low, you feel undeserved to get all this greatness, all this beautiful, the homes that we have, the children we have, thank God, grandchildren, grandchildren, great, Torah observing, Torah learning, husbands learning, children. It's endless. Parnasa, food on the table, a roof over our head. Thank God for all that. Who gave me all that? Am I with my 10 fingers? I've worked, I made. Yes, but as I said before, we are only the shaliach, we're only the pen in the hand of the writer, of the scriber. Hashem brought me to be matzliach, to be successful, right? To have some fortune, to have a house, of course. I have to keep Shabbos. I have to have Shabbos meals. I have to have guests. I need to educate my kids in the Torah manner. I need a house. Hashem gives you a house. So when you become so humble before the Kiddush, because you see Hashem granted you with all those good, with all that goodness, and you say, "Wow, I don't deserve all that," then you become low in your arrogance, and only then you become you can be considered as kosher witness. Kosher witness is a rabbinical description of a witness that have to give witness in the Beis Din. If the guy is a gambler, he cannot be a witness in Beis Din. We don't accept his a witness. We don't accept him as a witness because he's not decent, he's not straight, he's not yashar, he's crooked. So how can we, when we come to give this testimony on Erev Shabbos by the Kiddush, by Chul Shamayim, the land, the heaven and the earth were concluded to be created, and here Hashem rested on Shabbos. This is a testimony, as our sages are teaching us, that you have to be meharher b'tshuva. You have to have thoughts of tshuva before the Kiddush, so you can consider yourself as a kosher witness and not a crooked one, as we have crookedness in ourselves. So by doing tshuva, being humble, you become a kosher witness, and only then you should say the Kiddush over the cup of wine, as you're full of awe from Hashem's greatness, for everything He gave you, and you feel undeserved, so you get humbleness. Humbleness brings you to be a kosher witness. And only then, says to me Rabbi Führer from Toronto, from Bob of Chassidim in Bob in Toronto, then he told me that only then you should start saying the Kiddush as a kosher witness. And the idea how to get there is to conduct Erev Shabbos with peace of mind. We can learn from Shabbos before and before and before that if we start preparing for Shabbos on Friday morning, we don't make it enough. We don't make it in time to get to Shabbat in a peaceful manner. And the kids might be upset and bothered. The husband is not there. And trust me, righteous women, if you start Shabbos on Thursday, you can change the whole house. You can flip the house upside down. That everything will come tranquil of Shabbos. Nobody's going to be pressured. Nobody's going to be running. And you can bring peace to the family. It's in your hands. Just do it with your beauty, with your chokhmah, with your patience, with your preparing. Planning, plan what you have to do on Thursday night, plan what you have to do on Thursday afternoon, plan what you're going to do on midnight on Thursday if you want to stay awake until midnight. Plan what you want to do on Friday morning, and try to get everything done by noontime, midday of Friday. As I'm going to read to you from the Bobby Savta of my good friend and mentor, Rabbi Israel Abuchzera, Rabbi Israel Abergel, who has this beautiful leaflet in English and Hebrew from Netivot. The rabbi smiling in the front is Rabbi Israel, and the rabbi smiling in the back is his father, Rabbi Yoram Abergel. And he writes over here that I remember, he writes, my grandmother, my savta, my bubi, the Rabbanit Rina, who was the wife of Saba Hanania, who was the father of Rabbi Yoram Abergel. This how she used to conduct her Shabbos all her life. I'm reading from the pamphlet. Every Friday, already by 1:30 at noon, she would sit down with a cup of tea and learn with her husband the parsha. Shabbos closed, everything was ready, everything is done. The food, the plata, the hot plate is ready. Gan Eden, mamish Gan Eden, and the kids will see you. They will see how mommy is full of peace of mind. They will follow you. They will come along with you, and you will change their heart forever. Remember, even when they're grown-ups, children look at us always. Not only when they're little, they look at us highly. Also when they are grown-ups and have their own families, they look at us all the time. So be that mentor of the family. You can. Righteous women are able to change the homes. I've known quite a few women. One of them is present in this boardroom over here with us. That she changed the whole house. The whole house will change because of her. It's your power. It's how to say, the flower power. It's the quiet power. Whatever it is, it's the power you have. And please use it for the right purposes. And then when Shabbos comes along, as Shabbos washes the whole universe, and it's like a wave of water. If you prepare containers of water, the wave will fill up, the water will fill up the utensils, the vessels you've created to get full of water. When the waves passes on, it gives you a lot of water in your buckets, and the more buckets you've prepared, the more water you will have. Same thing, Shabbos washes away, washes the universe with purity and holiness and peace of mind and quietness and kedusha and nachat. And the more we prepare for Shabbos, we're going to have that light glittering in our lives, in the life of our children, as our sages are teaching us. שמי שטרח בערב שבת יאכל בשבת. Whoever prepared and worked hard Erev Shabbos, he can eat. He will enjoy for his efforts, his efforts during Shabbos. So B'ezrat Hashem, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbos Kodesh, and we should only have good news from everyone in the world, especially in Israel. We are in the middle of a little war over here, and I am not jealous at those who are running with lack of peace of mind, with fear in their eyes, and panic to the shelters. I'm not jealous at all. I'm not blaming them, but the more emunah you have, the more strength of bitachon, of trust and faith in Hashem, you know that nothing can harm you if it was not meant to harm you. And we did see the tragedy took place in Bet Shemesh, that we had over 10 people who got hurt, got killed, and they were sitting in a shelter. A shelter is not a joke. A shelter is about 1 meter thick, wall, concrete, cement. But if the rocket hits directly at the shelter blows up. So that's what Rav Koenig says to us. Says as follows: if it's going to get a direct hit of a missile, even a shelter is no good for you. And if you're afraid of those the spreading of those metal and the resisim, the danger things that fly from that bomb, so even a regular house is protective, is okay for that. So no need to get panic. In many schools in Israel, when the sirens goes on, it's like woo, 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 woo. It's like and the kids get panic and the kids run and they run to shelter. Fine, the regulations are you have to run your kids to the shelter. Fine, but in the cheder, in Breslev cheder in Tzfat, we don't. When the sirens goes on in the city, we play a song in the speakers of the cheder. We trust Hashem and we go to the shelters with a beautiful song. We don't run like panic. We just we hurry up. We don't run panically. We go to the shelter with trust, with faith, with the munah. We are in your hands, Hashem. And therefore, we're going to the shelters with joy, with simcha, not with panic. And this emuna, again, I'm sorry to put everything on you, holy, righteous women, but this is it. It's a fact. You are the women of the hour. You, you are the ikar, this main part of the pillar of the house. That's it. And as I said before, the eyes of the family are to you. So definitely you can give the kids and the grandkids that feeling of peace of mind, of emuna, of security. Shabbat Shalom, good Shabbos everyone, and thank you again for coming for this day.
Shabbos, good Shabbos. Thank you. Stay safe.
Shabbos.
Shabbos para.